Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Talk to Sleep. I'm so glad you're here, settling in, ready to let the worries of the day slip away like leaves carried off by a gentle stream. This is your space to unwind, to rest, and to let your mind wander through peaceful, curious paths as you drift toward sleep. Tonight, we're stepping into something timeless, something vast and serene. The world of ancient forests. Have you ever wondered what secrets the oldest trees hold? What stories they might whisper if we only paused long enough to listen? Imagine standing beneath a canopy so old it's seen empires rise and fall, felt the touch of countless seasons, and cradled life in its quiet embrace. This journey will take us deep into the heart of these living wonders through their roots, their branches, and the lives they've nurtured across centuries. Each part of our tale will unfold slowly, like petals opening to the dawn, guiding you into a state of calm wonder. So, find your comfiest spot, let your breathing soften, and join me as we wander through the tranquil beauty of ancient forests. If you enjoy this gentle escape, please give a quiet like, share it with someone who needs rest, and subscribe for more nights like this. Now, let's beggy. The silent giants, what makes a forest ancient? Let's start by stepping into the shade of the giants, those towering trees that have stood watch over the earth for hundreds, sometimes thousands, of years. Close your eyes for a moment and picture it. A forest so old that time itself seems to slow beneath its branches. The air is cool, heavy with the scent of moss and earth. Your feet sink slightly into the soil, soft from centuries of fallen leaves. This is an ancient forest, a place where life has woven itself into a tapestry of patience and resilience. But what makes a forest truly ancient? Let's drift into that question together, letting the answer unfold like a river finding its way. An ancient forest isn't just about age, though time is a quiet thread in its story. It's about continuity, a place where nature has been left to breathe, undisturbed by the rush of human hands. Scientists call these places old-growth forests, where trees have matured over centuries, their roots sinking deep into the ground, their branches stretching toward a sky they've known since long before we arrived. Some of these forests, like the Daintree rainforest in Australia or the Tongass in Alaska, have lived for millennia. Imagine that, a single tree standing tall while generations of people came and went, while stars shifted overhead. Feel your shoulders soften as we linger here. These forests aren't just old, they're alive in a way that's almost beyond our grasp. Picture a cedar in the Pacific Northwest, its trunk wider than your arms can reach, its bark rough and weathered like the face of a wise elder. That tree might have sprouted when Rome was still building its roads, or when the first pyramids gazed at the Nile. It's a quiet marvel, isn't it? To think that something so still, so rooted, could hold such a vast stretch of time within it. Now, let your breath deepen as we wander a little further. Ancient forests aren't just about the trees, they're about everything they cradle. Beneath the canopy, there's a symphony of life moving at its own slow pace. Ferns unfurl in the dim light, their fronds brushing against each other like a whispered secret. Fungi creep along fallen logs, breaking them down with a patience we can barely fathom. And the animals, oh, the animals. Owls glide silently through the night, their calls soft and low, while deer step delicately over roots worn smooth by time. It's a world that's whole, complete, undisturbed, a place where every piece fits just as it should. Let's pause here for a moment. Imagine lying back against the moss, feeling its cool softness beneath you. The forest is vast, but it's gentle too. Scientists say these places store more carbon than almost any other ecosystem on Earth. breathing out oxygen for us all. They're like the lungs of the planet, slow and steady, keeping the world alive while we sleep. Isn't that a comforting thought? That even now, as you rest, these ancient giants are working quietly, holding the balance of life in their branches. As we drift toward the edges of this first part, let your mind settle into the rhythm of the forest. The trees don't rush, they don't strain. They simply are standing tall, growing slowly, weathering storms with a grace we can feel even from here. In a little while, we'll explore how these forests came to be, how they've stretched across the ages. But for now, let the image of those silent giants linger with you. Their roots deep, their leaves rustling softly, carrying you closer to sleep. Roots of time. How ancient forests began. Now, let's drift a little deeper, past the towering trunks and into the soil beneath. Feel your body relax as we sink into the story of how these ancient forests came to be. It's a tale that stretches back further than we can truly imagine, to a time when the earth itself was younger, wilder, and quieter. Picture a world of shifting countenance, of warm seas and vast empty lands. That's where our journey begins, millions of years ago, when the seeds of these forests first took root. Let's wander there together, letting the story unfold like a dream. Long before humans walked the earth, the planet was a place of constant change. The air was thick with moisture, the ground rich with possibility. Around 360 million years ago, during a time called the Devonian period, first forests began to rise. They weren't like the ones we know today, no towering oaks or sprawling pines yet. But they were the ancestors of our ancient giants. These were strange, simple plant tree ferns and horsetails, reaching up toward a sun that bathed the world in golden light. Imagine them swaying in a prehistoric breeze, their shadows dancing across a landscape untouched by cities or roads. Doesn't that feel peaceful? A world so open, so free. As millions of years passed, the forests grew more complex. By the Carboniferous period, about 300 million years ago, they'd become dense and lush, filled with towering trees that left their mark on the earth. These forests were so vast they changed the air itself, pulling carbon dioxide from the sky and locking it away in their wood and roots. That carbon became the coal we find today, a quiet gift from those ancient groves. Picture it, mile after mile of green, stretching across continents, breathing life into the world. Let your mind float over that image, vast and serene. Now, let's fast forward gently, of course to a time closer to our own. After the dinosaurs roamed and fell, the forests we know today began to take shape. The climate cooled, and trees like pines, spruces, and redwoods found their homes in the soil. Some of these species have barely changed in millions of years. Take the Wollemi pine in Australia, a living fossil that's been growing since the age of the dinosaurs. Imagine standing beside one, its needles soft against your fingertips, knowing it's a bridge to a time so distant it feels like a whisper. Scientists say the oldest living tree, a bristlecone pine named Old Gicko in Sweden, has been growing for over 9,500 years. Picture that a single life stretching back to the end of the Ice Age, watching the world shift around it. Isn't that a soothing thought? That something so steady could endure so long. As we ease toward the end of this part, let's rest in the idea of beginnings. These forests started small, a seed, a sprout, a fragile shoot reaching for light. Over time, they became the giants we know, their roots a map of patience and strength. In our next step, we'll wander into the lives they've sheltered, the creatures and cultures that found home beneath their branches. But for now, let the image of those first forests cradle you, vast, quiet, and alive, guiding you gently toward rest. The canopy of life, creatures of the ancient forests. Let's drift upward now, from the roots to the branches, where the air hums with life. Feel your body soften as we climb into the canopy of an ancient forest, a place where the world feels both vast and close. The leaves rustle overhead, a sound like a lullaby, while sunlight filters through in golden threads. This is where the forest truly lives, not just in its trees, but in the countless creatures that call it home. Let's explore that together, letting the stories of these beings weave around us like a warm blanket. Imagine a forest at dawn. The mist hangs low, curling around the trunks, and the first sounds of morning begin to stir. A bird calls a soft, lilting note that echoes through the trees. In an ancient forest, that bird might be a species as old as the woods themselves. Take the spotted owl of North America's old-growth forests, with its wide, dark eyes and feathers blending into the bark. It's a guardian of the night, hunting silently beneath the canopy. Picture it perched on a branch, still as the tree itself, watching the world below. Doesn't that feel calming? The way it moves with such quiet grace. Now, let your mind wander deeper. Beneath the trees, the forest floor is alive with motions low, deliberate, unhurried. In the Amazon, a jaguar pads through the undergrowth, its spotted coat a mirror of the dappled light. It's a creature of power, yes, but also of stillness, resting in the shadows of trees that have stood for centuries. Further north, in the taiga of Russia, a bear lumbers through the pines, its breath visible in the cool air. These animals don't rush, they live in rhythm with the forest, their days unfolding as naturally as the seasons. Feel your eyelids grow heavy as we shift upward again. High in the branches, smaller lives thrive. Squirrels dart along limbs, gathering nuts from trees that were saplings when kings built their castles. In the rainforests of Borneo, orangutans swing gently from vine to vine, their reddish fur glowing in the soft light. Imagine watching one as it builds its nest for the night, curling up in the crook of a branch. It's a scene so peaceful, so tender, it's hard not to feel your own tension melt away. The forest isn't just for the big or the bold, it's a haven for the tiny too. Picture a beetle, its shell glinting like a jewel, crawling along a mossy log, or a spider weaving its web between two ancient trunks, the silk catching the dew like a string of stars. These little lives matter just as much, keeping the forest whole. Scientists say a single tree can host thousands of species, mites, ants, fungi, all working together in a quiet dance. Isn't that a beautiful thought? That even the smallest creature has a place here, cradled by the giants. Let's rest here for a moment, surrounded by this canopy of life. The forest doesn't judge or hurry its inhabitants, it simply holds them, offering shelter and sustenance. In places like Japan's Yakushima Island, where cedar trees have grown for over 7,000 years, monkeys play in the branches while deer graze below. It's a harmony that's lasted longer than any human memory, a balance that soothes the soul. As you breathe out, let that balance settle over you, like a soft rain washing away the day. Before we drift onward, imagine lying beneath this canopy, looking up through the leaves. The sounds of the forest wrap round you, the chirp of a bird, the rustle of a leaf, the distant call of something wild and free. In our next part, we'll explore how humans have lived alongside these forests, drawing wisdom and wonder from their depths. But for now, let the creatures of the canopy carry you closer to sleep. There lives a gentle hum, a lullaby woven through the trees. echoes of humanity, forests in culture and history. Now, let's wander a little closer to ourselves, into the places where ancient forests and human lives have brushed against each other, like two old friends sharing a quiet moment. Feel your breath slow as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just silent giants. They become storytellers, keepers of our past. Imagine standing at the edge of a forest, its shadows stretching long across the ground, and feeling a connection that reaches back through time. Let's explore that together, letting the tales unfold as softly as twilight. Forests have always held a special place in the human heart. Long ago, when the world felt bigger and wilder, our ancestors looked to these woods with awe. Picture a group of early people, perhaps in Europe, thousands of years ago, gathering beneath the oaks of a vast forest. The trees towered above them, their branches heavy with leaves, offering shelter from the wind. To those people, the forest wasn't just a place to hunt or hide, it was sacred. They saw spirits in the rustling leaves, heard voices in the creaking wood. Doesn't that feel peaceful? The idea that something so steady could hold such mystery. Let your mind drift to the stories they told. In the Black Forest of Germany, legends grew like vine stales of witches and wolves, of lost travelers guided by the trees. These weren't just fanciful stories. They were ways of understanding the world, of honoring the forest's power. Imagine sitting by a fire as the night deepens, hearing those whispers pass down through generations. Forest wasn't something to conquer, it was a companion, a teacher, its roots tangled with the roots of human culture. As time flowed on, the forests stayed woven into our lives. In Japan, the ancient cedars of Yakushima inspired poets and pilgrims. Picture a lone figure walking a mossy path, their footsteps soft against the earth, their breath misting in the cool air. They might pause beneath a tree older than their village, older than their ancestors, and feel a quiet wonder. The Japanese call these trees Kodama spirits of the forest, and even today, people leave offerings at their bases, a gentle nod to the past. Isn't that soothing? That we can still feel that thread of reverence, even across centuries. Feel your body relax as we wander further. In the Americas, indigenous peoples lived alongside ancient forests long before cities rose. The Haida of the Pacific Northwest carved totem poles from towering cedars, each one a story etched in wood. Imagine running your fingers along the grain, feeling the life of the tree still within it. For them, the forest was family, source of food, medicine, and meaning. They took only what they needed, leaving the giants to stand tall. It's a rhythm we've drifted from, but one that still echoes if we list. Let's linger here for a moment. The forests didn't just shape stories, they shaped us. In medieval Europe, kings hunted in the shade of ancient oaks, while monks built monasteries near streams cradled by trees. In India, the banyan forests sheltered sages who sat in quiet thought, their minds as still as the roots beneath them. Everywhere, the trees stood witness, their branches catching the laughter and tears of countless lives. As you breathe out, let that image settle over you, a world where the forest and humanity move together, slow and steady. Before we drift to the next part, imagine yourself sitting beneath one of those ancient trees, its bark cool against your back. The stories of the past hum around you, soft and distant, like a lullaby from long ago. Soon we'll explore how these forests have healed us, offering gifts we're only beginning to understand. But for now, let the echoes of humanity cradle you, their voices blending with the wind, guiding you closer to rest. Gifts of the giants, forests as healers. Let's soften now. Let's drift into a space where the ancient forests reach out to us, offering gifts as gentle as a sigh. Feel your shoulders loosen as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just a backdrop. They become healers, quiet keepers of remedies and peace. Picture yourself walking through a forest, the air rich with the scent of pine and earth, your worries slipping away with every step. Let's explore that together, letting the calm of these gifts wash over you like a slow tide. The forest has always been a place of healing. Long before we had bottles or pills, people turned to the trees. Imagine a healer centuries ago, their hands stained with soil, kneeling beside an ancient yew to gather its bark. In small doses, that bark could ease pain or calm a racing heart, nature's own medicine, grown over decades in the shade. The yew's branches sway above, steady and sure, as if offering their strength to anyone who asks. Doesn't that feel comforting? That even in the wild, there's care waiting to be found. Let your breath deepen as we wander further. In the rainforests of South America, the towering kapok trees have stood for centuries, their roots deep in the earth. Indigenous peoples knew their secrets, how the bark could soothe fevers, how the seeds would nourish. Picture a mother grinding those seeds by a river, her movements slow and deliberate, the forest humming around her. Far away, in the taiga of Siberia, the large trees offered resin to mend wounds, a golden balm from trunks that have weathered countless winters. It's a quiet generosity, isn't it? The way the forest gives without asking. Now, let's lift our gaze to the air itself. Scientists have found that walking in an ancient forest can calm the mind in ways we're only beginning to measure. They call it Shinrin-yoku in Japan, forest bathing. Practice as simple as breathing beneath the trees. Imagine standing there, the canopy filtering the light into soft patches, the scent of cedar filling your lungs. Your heartbeat slows, your thoughts quiet. Studies say the trees release compounds called phytoncides, little whispers of calm that ease stress and lift the spirit. Feel that peace settle over you now, like a warm hand on your shoulder. The gifts aren't just for the body, they're for the soul to picture. A grove of redwoods in California, their trunks rising like pillars to the sky. People have sat beneath them for centuries, finding solace in their stillness. The alone people told stories of the redwoods as protectors, their roots holding the world together. Even today, we seek them out when life feels heavy, letting their presence steady us. Isn't that a beautiful thought? That something so old, so vast, can still reach out to hold us when we need it. Let's rest here for a moment. The forest doesn't rush, it's healing it, offers it slowly, season by season, breath by breath. In Europe, the elder trees gave berries to fight colds, their branches swaying gently in the wind. In Australia, the eucalyptus leaves cleared the air, their sharp scent a gift from trees that have stood since the dreamtime. Everywhere, the ancient forests have shared their quiet strength, their roots a promise of renewal. As you relax, let that promise wrap around you, soft and sure. As we ease toward the next part, imagine lying on a bed of pine needles, the ground cool beneath you, the trees whispering overhead. Soon, we'll drift into the science of these giants, how they breathe for the planet, keeping us all alive. But for now, let their gifts linger with you. A healing touch from the past, carrying you gently toward sleep. breathing with the earth, forests, and the planet's pulse. Now, let's drift outward, beyond ourselves, beyond the trees, to the way ancient forests weave into the very breath of the earth. Feel your bodies soften as we step into this part of our journey, where the giants become more than just life, they become lifelines, steady and vast. Picture a forest stretching across the horizon, its leaves shimmering in the breeze, each one a quiet note in a song older than time. Let's explore that together, letting the rhythm of the planet's pulse guide us deeper into calm. The forests have always been the Earth's lungs. Imagine standing in the Amazon, the air thick with moisture, the canopy alive with the hum of a million leaves. Every breath you take there is a gift from the trees they draw in carbon dioxide. That invisible weight we leave behind and release oxygen, pure and cool. Scientists say the Amazon alone produces 20% of the world's oxygen, a slow exhale that reaches us all. Doesn't that feel grounding? To know that even now, as you rest, these forests are breathing with you. Let your mind float northward to the boreal forests of Canada and Russia. These vast woods, with their pines and spruces, stretch across continents, their needles dark against the snow. They're quieter than the rainforests, their breath slower, but just as vital. Picture the frost on their branches, glinting in the pale light, as they lock away carbon in their wood and soil. These forests are like the planet's memory, holding on to the past, keeping the air clean for the future. It's a stillness we can feel, a balance we can trust. Feel your breath match theirs as we linger here. Ancient forests don't just breathe, they store. In their roots and trunks, they hold more carbon than all the cars and factories combined. Take the Tongass in Alaska, a forest so old its trees have seen centuries pass. Its soil is a sponge, soaking up the years, keeping the world from warming too fast. Scientists call these places carbon sinks, but we can think of them as guardians silent, patient, doing their work while we sleep. Isn't that a comforting image? A world held steady by the trees. Now, let's drift to the edges of science and wonder. The forests don't just clean the air, they shape it. In the Congo Basin, the trees release water vapor, feeding clouds that drift across oceans. Imagine that a raindrop falling on your window might have begun in the heart of an ancient forest, carried by the wind. In Siberia, the larches turn golden each fall, reflecting sunlight back to space, cooling the earth in their own quiet way. It's a dance of give and take, a cycle so vast it cradles us all. Let's pause here, surrounded by this living pulse. The forests don't strain or rush, they move with the earth, season by season, breath by breath. In Tasmania, the Huon pines have grown for over 10,000 years, their wood carrying the scent of time itself. In New Zealand, the kauri trees stand like sentinels, their roots anchoring a land of mist and green. Everywhere, they keep the planet alive, their presence a lullaby for us all. As you relax, let that lullaby hum through you, soft and steady. Before we drift onward, imagine lying beneath a sky shaped by the forests, the air cool against your skin. Soon, we'll explore how these giants talk to each other, a hidden language beneath the soil. But for now, let their breath carry you, a rhythm as old as the earth, guiding you gently towards sleep. whispering woods, how forests communicate. Let's drift a little deeper now, beneath the leaves and into the shadows, where the ancient forests share secrets we're only beginning to hear. Feel your breath slow as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than silent sentinels. They become a network, alive with quiet voices. Picture yourself standing in a grove, the air still, the ground soft beneath your feet, and imagine the trees around you whispering to one another. Let's explore that together, letting the wonder of their hidden language guide us into calm. The forest isn't as quiet as it seems. Beneath the soil, where roots twist and tangle, there's a conversation unfolding a slow, steady hum that's been going on for centuries. Scientists call it the mycorrhizal network, but we can think of it as the forest's heartbeat. Picture a web of delicate threads, fungi stretching between roots like bridges of silk. These threads carry messages, nutrients, even warnings, from one tree to another. Isn't that a soothing thought? That even in their stillness, the trees are connected, caring for each other. Let your mind sink into this image. In an ancient forest, a towering oak might share sugar with a struggling sapling, sending it through those fungal threads like a gift passed hand to hand. Imagine the sapling's roots drinking it in, growing stronger under the shade of its elder. In the Pacific Northwest, researchers found that old Douglas firsum, over 500 years old, act like mothers, feeding the younger trees around them. It's a quiet kindness, a bond that doesn't rush or shout, but simply flows, steady and sure. Feel your shoulders soften as we wander further. The trees don't just share food, they warn each other too. Picture a spruce in the taiga, its needles trembling as a beetle burrows into its bark. That tree can send a signal through the network, a chemical whisper that says, danger is near. Nearby trees catch the message and strengthen their defenses, their leaves growing bitter to fend off the threat. It's like a sigh rippling through the woods, a language we can't hear but can feel in the stillness. Doesn't that calm the mind? The idea of a forest watching over itself, protecting its owl. Now, let's drift to the edges of this wonder. In the Amazon, scientists have watched trees sync their blooming, as if they've agreed on the perfect moment to flower. Imagine the canopy bursting into color, a wave of petals carried by the wind, all because the trees spoke as one. In Germany's Black Forest, beech trees share water during droughts, their roots linked by fungi that stretch for miles. It's a partnership older than any city, a harmony that's lasted through storms and seasons. Let that harmony settle over you now, like a warm blanket on a cool night. Let's pause here for a moment. The forest doesn't need words to talk, uses touch, scent, the slow pulse of life beneath the earth. In Sweden, the pines of an ancient woodland send signals to their neighbors, helping them weather the long winters. In Australia, the eucalyptus groves hum with connection, their roots a map of shared strength. Everywhere, trees are listening, responding, holding each other up. As you breathe out, let that image cradle you, a world where even the quietest lives are heard. Before we drift onward, imagine lying on the forest floor, the soil cool beneath you, the whispers of the trees humming through the ground. Soon, we'll explore how these giants have survived the ages, bending but never breaking. But for now, let their language linger with you, a soft, steady murmur, carrying you closer to sleep. titans of time, how forests endure. Now, let's drift into the strength of the giants, into the way ancient forests have stood tall through centuries of change. Feel your body relax as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just alive. They become survivors, rooted in a resilience we can feel from here. Picture a forest stretching across a hillside, its trunks weathered but steady, its leaves whispering of storms long past. Let's explore that together, letting their endurance wrap around us like a quiet promise. The story of an ancient forest is a story of time. Imagine a redwood in California, its bark scarred by lightning, its roots gripping the earth through floods and fires. That tree might have been a sapling when the first pyramids rose, growing inch by inch as the world shifted around it. Redwoods can live for over 2,000 years, their thick bark shielding them from flames, their height drawing water from the fog. Isn't that a comforting thought? That something so rooted could weather so much, standing tall through it all. These trees have faced ice ages, their branches bending under snow but never breaking. It's a slow strength, a patience that doesn't falter, and it's carried them through millennia. Feel that patience now, steadying your own heartbeat. Now, let's drift to the edges of challenge. In the Amazon, ancient trees have faced droughts and deluges, their roots sinking deep to find water, their canopies stretching high to catch the rain. Imagine the sound of that rain, soft against the leaves, washing the forest clear. Some of these trees have stood for over 1,000 years, their trunks wide enough to hide a dozen people. Their branches home to birds that never knew a world without them. They bend with the wind, sway with the seasons, and keep growing, quiet and sure. Feel your eyelids grow heavy as we linger here. The forests have seen fire too and lived through it. In Australia, the eucalyptus trees have bark that peels away in flames, only to sprout new shoots from their roots. Picture the green bursting through the ash, life returning as the smoke clears. Scientists call this resilience serotinism. Trees even need fire to release their seeds, a cycle as old as the forests themselves. It's a dance with destruction, a rhythm that heals, and it's beautiful in its stillness. Let's rest in that beauty for a moment. In Japan, the cedars of Yakushima have endured typhoons, their roots clinging to rocky slopes, their branches twisted by wind but unbroken. In the Sierra Nevada, the bristlecone pine, some over 5,000 years old, grow in harsh, dry mountains, their wood gnarled but alive. Everywhere, the ancient forests have faced the years and found ways to stand. As you relax, let their strength settle over you, like a hand smoothing the creases of the day. As we ease toward the next part, imagine sitting against one of those enduring trunks, the bark cool and rough, the forest stretching around you in quiet defiance of time. Soon we'll explore the mysteries they still hold, the questions they leave unanswered. But for now, let their endurance carry you, a testament to life's quiet power, guiding you gently toward rest. shadows of wonder, mysteries of the ancient forests. Let's drift now into the unknown, into the shadows where ancient forests hold mysteries that tug at our dreams. Feel your mind soften as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just giants. They become keepers of questions, their branches cradling secrets we may never fully grasp. Picture yourself walking through a forest at dusk, the light fading into a soft glow, the air thick with possibility. Let's explore that together, letting the wonder of the unknown ease us deeper into calm. Some mysteries are as old as the forests themselves. Imagine standing in the Daintree rainforest of Australia, its canopy a maze of green older than the dinosaurs. Scientists say it's been growing for over 180 million years, a living relic of a world we can barely imagine. What creatures roamed here before us? What plants bloomed and faded, lost to time? The forest doesn't tell, it simply stands, its leaves rustling with hints we can only guess at. Isn't that a peaceful thought? That some stories are meant to stay untold, cradled in silence. Let your breath slow as we wander further. In the Congo Basin, there are groves so dense that sunlight barely touches the ground. Picture the shadows pooling beneath the trees, hiding life we've yet to name. Explorers have found fish that glow in the dark, insects with wings like stained glass, creatures that thrive in a world apart. How many more wait in the quiet, unseen by human eyes? The forest holds them close, a mystery that hums beneath its roots, and it's soothing to let that hum drift through you. Now, let's lift our gaze to the unexplained. In the taiga of Siberia, scientists have found trees growing in perfect circles, their trunks bent outward as if guarding something unseen. They call them fairy rings, but no one knows why they form. Imagine standing at the edge of one, the pines stretching around you like a whispered secret. Some say it's fungi shaping the soil, others whisper of older tales of spirits or forces we've forgotten. It's a puzzle without an answer, and that's okay. Let its mystery wrap around you, soft and light. Feel your body relax as we drift to the edges of wonder. In New Zealand, the kauri forests hold trees so old their roots seem to pulse with memory. Beneath one, researchers found a lake sealed underground, its water untouched for millennia. Picture that water, clear and still, reflecting a world that no longer exists. What might it hold? Tiny lives, ancient spores, a glimpse of the past. The forest keeps it hidden, its silence a gentle invitation to wonder without needing to know. Let's pause here, surrounded by these shadows of possibility. In California, the redwoods grow so tall their tops vanish into the mist. Scientists still don't fully understand how they pull water that high, defying gravity with quiet grace. In Borneo, the rainforest echoes with calls we can't trace, voices of animals that slip through the leaves like ghosts. Everywhere, the ancient forests hold questions, their branches swaying with riddles that soothe rather than stir. As you breathe out, let that soothing wonder settle over you. Before we drift onward, imagine lying beneath those mysterious trees, the air cool and heavy, the forest stretching into the dusk. Soon, we'll explore how these giants shape the seasons, painting the world with their cycles. For now, let their mysteries linger with you, a soft veil of the unknown, carrying you gently toward sleep. The dance of seasons, forests through time's cycle. Let's drift now into the rhythm of the seasons, into the way ancient forests sway with the turning of the earth. Feel your breath soften as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just still giants. They become dancers, moving through cycles as old as time itself. Picture a forest in the quiet of dawn, its leaves catching the first light, its roots resting in soil that knows the weight of countless years. Let's explore that together, letting the gentle flow of seasons guide us deeper into calm. Imagine the forest in spring. The air is fresh, alive with the scent of new growth. In an ancient woodland, like the Białowieża forest in Poland, the trees awaken slowly, their buds unfurling after a long winter's sleep. Picture the green spreading across the branches, soft and tender, as if the forest is stretching after a dream. Beneath the canopy, flowers bloom in patches of sunlight, wild garlic and bluebells. Their petals, a whisper of color against the earth. It's a season of beginnings, isn't it? A quiet promise that life returns, steady and sure. Let your mind float into summer now. The forest hums with fullness, its leaves thick and dark, filtering the sun into a mosaic of shade. In the Tongass of Alaska, the ancient hemlocks stand tall, their branches heavy with needles, the air cool beneath them, even as the days grow long. Imagine the sound, a chorus of birds, the rustle of squirrels, the distant trickle of a stream fed by melting snow. The trees don't rush this abundance. They simply hold it, their roots drinking deep, their canopies a shelter for all who seek it. Feel that shelter now, wrapping around you like a sigh. Now, let's drift into autumn, where the forest paints itself anew. Picture the maples of an old-growth forest in New England, their leaves turning to gold and crimson, falling slowly to the ground. The air grows crisp, carrying the scent of earth and decay, gentle decay, the kind that feeds the soil for another year. In Japan, the ancient beeches of Shirakawa-Musanshi glow with amber, their branches swaying as if bidding farewell to the light. It's a season of letting go, soft and bittersweet, and it's beautiful in its stillness. Let that stillness settle over you, easing the day away. Feel your body relax as we wander into winter. The forest quiets, its breath slowing with the cold. In the taiga of Siberia, the larches shed their needles, turning the ground golden before the snow falls. Imagine the silence deep, unbroken, save for the creak of branches under frost. The trees stand bare but alive, their roots resting beneath a blanket of white, storing strength for the spring to come. It's a season of patience, a pause that feels eternal, and it's soothing to sink into that pause, isn't it? To know the forest endures, even in the dark. Let's rest here for a moment. The seasons don't hurry the trees, they cradle them, each one a note in a song that's played for centuries. In the Amazon, the rains come and go, swelling rivers that lap at the roots of ancient kopaks. In the Sierra Nevada, the sequoias weather dry summers and snowy winters, their bark a shield against time. Everywhere, the forest dances with the earth, its steps slow and deliberate. As you breathe out, let that dance flow through you, a rhythm as old as the stars. Before we drift onward, imagine lying beneath a tree in any season: spring's green, summer's shade, autumn's gold, or winter's quiet. Soon, we'll explore how these forests cradle the smallest lives, from moss to microbes. But for now, let the seasons carry you, their cycle a gentle tide, guiding you closer to sleep. tiny keepers, small lives in ancient forests. Let's soften now. Let's drift down to the smallest corners of the ancient forests, where life hums in whispers too quiet to catch. Feel your shoulders loosen as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just giants, they become homes, cradling creatures so tiny they're easy to miss. Picture yourself kneeling in the moss, the forest stretching around you, its smallest lives glowing like stars in the undergrowth. Let's explore that together, letting their gentle presence ease us deeper into rest. Start with the moss. Imagine running your fingers over it, soft and cool, a carpet woven over centuries, in an ancient forest like the Hoh rainforest in Washington. The moss drapes the trees like a shawl, its green so deep it seems to hold the rain itself. This isn't just decoration, it's alive, breathing, soaking up water to share with the roots below. Scientists say a single patch can host millions of microscopic live tiny mites. Springtails, beings too small to see but vital to the whole. Isn't that a comforting thought, that even the smallest things have a place here? Let your breath deepen as we wander further. Beneath a fallen log, fungi stretch their threads, breaking down the wood with a patience that spans decades. Picture a mushroom peeking through the soil, its cap a soft umbrella in the dim light. In the old-growth forests of Oregon, these fungi connect the trees, trading nutrients for sugars in a quiet barter. They're the forest's unseen keepers, working in the dark, their lives a thread in the tapestry of the woods. Feel their stillness now, steadying your own rhythm. Now, let's drift to the creatures that crawl and flutter. In the Daintree of Australia, ants march along the bark of trees older than nations, their tiny feet tracing paths worn by generations. Imagine a beetle, its shell glinting like a drop of dew, burrowing into the soil of a forest that stood for millennia. These lives don't rush, they move with the trees, slow and deliberate, each one a note in the forest's song. It's a song we can feel, isn't it? A hum that soothes the soul. Feel your eyelids grow heavy as we linger here. High in the branches, spiders weave webs between ancient limbs, their silk catching the morning mist. In the Congo, termites build mounds beneath the canopy, their tunnels a city hidden in the roots. These tiny keepers shape the forest as much as the giants do, recycling, building, holding the balance. Scientists say a single teaspoon of forest soil can hold billions of microbes, each one a spark of life keeping the earth alive. Let that spark glow in your mind, soft and warm. Let's pause in this miniature world. In Japan's Yakushima, lichens paint the cedars in shades of silver and green, their slow growth a testament to time. In the Amazon, butterflies sip from flowers that bloom on trees older than memory, their wings a flicker of color in the green. Everywhere, the forest cradles these lives, its vastness a home for the smallest wonders. As you relax, let their presence wrap around you, delicate and sure. As we ease toward the next part, imagine lying on that mossy floor, the tiny lives humming around you, the forest stretching above. Soon, we'll explore how these giants have inspired art, their beauty captured in human hands. But for now, let the tiny keepers carry you, their quiet work a lullaby, guiding you gently toward sleep. the muse of the woods. Forests in art and Let's drift now into the realm of the heart, into the way ancient forests have stirred the human spirit, spilling into art and dreams. Feel your body soften as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just nature. They become muses, their branches tracing lines across canvases and pages. Picture a forest at twilight, its shadows long and soft, its silence calling to those who listen. Let's explore that together, letting the beauty they've inspired guide us deeper into calm. The forests have always whispered to artists. Imagine a painter centuries ago, standing before an ancient oak in England's Sherwood Forest. The tree's gnarled branches twist against the sky, and he dips his brush in earthy greens and browns, capturing its quiet strength. Paintings of old-growth woods like those of the Hudson River School in America show trees as giants, their canopies glowing with light, their roots a promise of eternity. Doesn't that feel peaceful? The way a single tree can hold a story worth telling. Let your mind wander to the words they've shaped. In Germany, the brothers Grimm wove tales from the Black Forest, its shadows hiding wolves and wonders. Picture a child by candlelight, listening to those stories, Hansel and Gretel. Little Red Riding Hood, the forest alive in their mind, vast and mysterious. Poets, too, found their voices here. Wordsworth roamed the ancient woods of the Lake District, his pen tracing the sublime beauty of trees that stood before his time. It's a beauty we can feel, isn't it? A stillness that spills into verse. Now, let's drift across the sea. In Japan, the cedars of Nara inspired ukiyo-e prints, their trunks rising like pillars in a world of ink and color. Imagine an artist carving the wood block, the forest spirit flowing through their hands. Haiku poets sat beneath those same trees, their words as fleeting as the leaves-old pine, whispering secrets of 1,000 years, soft in the breeze. The forest doesn't demand attention, it offers it, quiet and deep, and artists have answered for centuries. Feel your breath slow as we wander further. In music, the forests sing too. Picture a composer like Sibelius, walking the boreal woods of Finland, the pines swaying as he hums a melody. His forest symphony echoes their stillness, the strings rising like wind through branches. In indigenous cultures, the Haida carved the cedars into totems, each curve a song of the tree's lives. It's a harmony that crosses time, a sound we can almost hear if we close our eyes. Let that sound drift through you now, soft and low. Let's rest here, surrounded by this muse. In the Amazon, painters have captured the kapok trees, their roots sprawling like rivers on canvas. In Russia, the taiga's birches gleam in winter scenes, their white bark alight in the dark. Everywhere, the ancient forests have stirred oost through paint, words, song, their presence a thread in the human story. As you relax, let that thread weave around you, gentle and warm. Before we drift onward, imagine sitting with a sketchbook beneath a tree, its leaves rustling overhead, your pencil tracing its lines. Soon, we'll explore how these forests face the modern world, their roots meeting our hands. But for now, let their muse linger with you, a gift of beauty, carrying you gently toward sleep. The modern mirror, forests in today's world. Let's drift now into the present, into the way ancient forests stand beside us in a world that moves so fast. Feel your breath soften as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just relics. They become mirrors, reflecting our lives, our choices, our quiet hopes. Picture a forest at the edge of a bustling road, its branches swaying gently, its roots holding firm despite the hum of change. Let's explore that together, letting their presence in our time guide us deeper into rest. The ancient forests are still here, though fewer now, their green a contrast to the grey of cities. Imagine the Amazon, its canopy stretching wide, even as roads creep closer. Today, it's a place of wonder and worry, home to millions of lives, yet touched by hands that take more than they give. The trees don't judge. They simply stand, their leaves catching the sun, their roots drinking what's left. Isn't that a soothing thought? That even in a world of noise, they keep their quiet rhythm. Let your mind wander to the people who walk these woods. In the Pacific Northwest, hikers trace paths beneath cedars that have stood for centuries, their boots soft against the moss. Picture a child pausing to touch the bark, their small hand against a trunk older than their family's stories. Scientists study these forests too, measuring their breath, their carbon, their pulse, learning how they hold the planet steady. The trees don't rush to answer. They offer their lessons slowly, and we're starting to listen. Feel that patience now, easing your own pace. Now, let's drift to the edges of our touch. In Sweden, the pines of Tyresta National Park grow near towns, their branches a refuge for those seeking silence. Imagine sitting there, the wind carrying the scent of resin, the world beyond fading into a hum. In Costa Rica, old-growth forests bloom beside coffee fields, their shade a gift to farmers and birds alike. These giants don't shrink from us, they adapt, sharing space with our lives. Their roots a bridge between past and present. It's a balance we can feel, isn't it? A stillness amid the storm. Feel your shoulders relax as we linger here. The forests face challenges, now fires that burn hotter, rains that falter, hands that cut too deep. Yet they endure, their strength a quiet call to us. In California, the redwoods tower over trails, their fog-kissed branches a reminder of what lasts. Volunteers plant saplings nearby, their hands in the soil a promise to the future. It's not a loud fight, but a gentle one, and it's beautiful in its calm. Let that calm settle over you, like a hand smoothing the day's edges. Let's pause in this modern mirror. In Japan, the ancient groves of Kiso Valley stand near villages, their wood once used for temples, now guarded for peace. In Russia, the taiga stretches beside railways, its silence a counterpoint to steel. Everywhere, the forests reflect you sour care, our haste, our quiet longing for something steady. As you breathe out, let that reflection cradle you, soft and true. Before we drift onward, imagine resting against a tree in today's world, its bark cool, its leaves whispering overhead. Soon, we'll explore the threats these giants face, the shadows cast by our hands. But for now, let their modern presence carry you, a living link to now, guiding you gently toward sleep. Shadows on the roots, threats to ancient forests. Let's drift now into the shadows, into the challenges that brush against the ancient forests, testing their quiet strength. Feel your body soften as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just survivors, they become witnesses, standing tall amid winds we've stirred. Picture a forest under a clouded sky, its branches swaying, its roots gripping the earth through change. Let's explore that together, letting their resilience ease us deeper into calm. The forests have always faced storms, but today's shadows are heavier. Imagine the Amazon, its green, vast and deep, yet shrinking under the hum of saws. Logging carves paths where silence once reigned, taking trees that have stood for centuries. The roots don't fight, they simply wait, holding what soil remains, their leaves falling softer now. It's not a loud loss, but a quiet one, and it's soothing to know they still breathe, even as the edges fade. Feel that breath now, steadying your ow. Let your mind wander to the fires. In Australia, the eucalyptus groves have burned hotter in recent years, flames fed by drier air and longer summers. Picture the ash settling on the ground, the trunks blackened but not broken, new shoots already whispering through. These trees know fire, it's part of their dance, but the rhythm has quickened, testing their endurance. Scientists say the climate shifts we've woven play a role, yet the forest doesn't blame. It adapts, its roots a promise of return. Isn't that a comforting thought? That life persists, slow and sure. Now, let's drift to the air itself. In the boreal forests of Canada, the pines stand beneath skies, tinged with haze carbon we've released, warming the world they've cooled for millennia. Imagine the needles trembling in a wind that's grown restless, the frost melting sooner each year. The trees don't falter. They stretch their roots deeper, holding carbon in their wood, their soil, their quiet way. It's a balance tipping, yes, but they keep it as long as they can. Let that effort wrap around you, gentle and strong. Feel your breath deepen as we linger here. There are other shadows too, pests that thrive in warmer days, like the beetles boring into the spruces of Alaska's Tongass. Picture the trees standing firm, their bark a shield, though some fall to the tiny jaws. In the Congo, roads cut through the old growth, bringing noise where stillness ruled. Yet the forest doesn't surrender. It bends, its canopy still a home, its roots still a web of life. It's a resilience we can feel, isn't it? A strength that soothes even in struggle. Let's rest in that strength for a moment. In Siberia, the larches face thawing ground, their roots sinking into once frozen earth. In Madagascar, the rosewood forests dwindle under hands seeking their beauty. Everywhere, the ancient giants meet these shadows with a grace that doesn't shout, it whispers, holding on through the years. As you relax, let that whisper settle over you, a reminder that even in shadow, there's light. As we ease toward the next part, imagine lying beneath a tree touched by these threats, its leaves rustling, its trunk steady despite the odds. Soon, we'll explore the hope that rises from these roots, the hands reaching to save them. But for now, let their endurance carry you, a quiet stand against the dark, guiding you gently toward sleep. seeds of tomorrow, hope for ancient forests. Let's drift now into the light, into the hope that blooms from the roots of ancient forests, promising a tomorrow as steady as their past. Feel your shoulders loosen as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just survivors, they become beacons, guiding us toward care and renewal. Picture a forest bathed in morning sun, its leaves aglow, its soil cradling new life. Let's explore that together, letting the seeds of hope ease us deeper into rest. Hope begins with hands in the earth. Imagine a group in Brazil planting saplings along the Amazon's edges, their fingers pressing seeds into soil once scarred. These are the children of ancient Copacs, their roots reaching down, their leaves a whisper of what was. Around the world, people gather, scientists, villagers, dreamers, replanting what's been lost, their work slow but sure. It's not a race, but a promise, and it's beautiful in its calm. Doesn't that feel grounding? That we can mend what's broken, one tree at a time. Let your mind float to the places guarded now. In Costa Rica, the old-growth forests are fenced with laws, their canopies safe from the saw. Picture a ranger walking those paths, their steps soft, their eyes tracing the branches of trees older than memory. In Canada, the Great Bear Rainforest stands protected, its cedars and bears are packed between people and the wild. These aren't loud victories, they're quiet ones, woven with care, and they let the forest breathe again. Feel that breath now, lifting your spirit. Now, let's drift to the science of hope. Scientists study the ancient giants, learning how to help them thrive. In California, they mist the redwoods with water, mimicking the fog their roots crave. While in Sweden, they map the pines to shield them from warmer days. Imagine a lab humming with gentle purpose, minds bent over leaves and data, all to keep the forests standing. It's a dance of knowledge and nature, a rhythm that doesn't rush, and it's soothing to know the trees have allies in us. Feel your breath slow as we linger here. Communities joined to indigenous peoples in the Amazon guard their woods with stories and spears, their voices rising for the trees that raised them. In Tasmania, locals plant huon pines, their hands a bridge to the ancients. Picture a child watering a seedling, its green a spark against the brown, their smile a seed of its ow. It's a hope that grows root by root, leaf by leaf, and it's lovely in its stillness. Let that stillness settle over you, warm and light. Let's pause in this promise. In New Zealand, the kauri forests are cleansed of disease by careful hands, their trunks gleaming once more. In Russia, the tiger's edges bloom with saplings, their needles a gift to the air. Everywhere, the ancient forests find hope not in grand gestures, but in the quiet work of those who love them. As you relax, let that love wrap around you, a blanket woven from the earth. Before we drift onward, imagine lying beneath a newly planted tree, its shadow small but growing, the forest stretching beyond. Soon we'll explore how these giants shape our dreams of the future. But for now, let their hope carry you, a seed of tomorrow, guiding you gently toward sleep. Visions of the future, forests in our dreams. Let's drift now into the horizon. Into the dreams we weave around ancient forests, imagining what they might become in the years ahead. Feel your breath soften as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just present. They become possibilities, their branches stretching toward a future we can only glimpse. Picture a forest bathed in twilight, its leaves whispering of tomorrow, its roots holding the hopes we plant today. Let's explore that together, letting these visions guide us deeper into calm. Imagine a world where the forests grow again. Picture the Amazon, its edges no longer retreating but expanding, saplings rising where silence once fell. In this dream, the air hums with life birds return, their calls weaving through a canopy thick and green. People walk these woods not to take, but to listen, their steps soft against soil enriched by time. It's a vision of balance, isn't it? A quiet hope that the giants can reclaim what was theirs, steady and slow. Feel that hope now, lifting your spirit like a breeze. Let your mind wander to a future shaped by care. In the boreal forests of Canada, imagine the pines standing taller, their roots sinking into earth cooled by wiser hands. Scientists and dreamers work together here, planting trees that breathe for generations yet to come. Picture a child running beneath those branches, their laughter mingling with the rustle of needles. The forest, a playground and a promise. It's not a loud triumph, but a gentle one, and it's soothing to think of the trees as partners in our story. Now, let's drift to the edges of wonder. In California, envision the redwoods reaching higher, their tops piercing clouds fed by a world that remembers rain. Imagine drones humming softly above, dropping seeds into soil once bare, the forest stretching beyond the trails we know. The trees don't rush this growth, they rise with the patience of centuries, their bark a testament to time and trust. It's a future where we've learned from them, isn't it? A rhythm we can feel, steadying our own dreams. Feel your shoulders relax as we linger here. In Japan, picture the cedars of Yakushima, glowing in a world that guards them. Their mossy paths walked by those who seek peace, not profit. In the Congo, the old-growth groves bloom anew, their shadows a haven for creatures we've yet to name. This isn't a fantasy, it's a possibility, woven from the seeds we sow now, the choices we make in the quiet. Let that possibility wrap around you, warm and light, easing the day away. Let's pause in this vision. In Australia, the eucalyptus forests stretch green and wide, their fires tamed by hands that understand their dance. In Siberia, the tiger stands firm, its breath cooling a planet that's found its balance. Everywhere, the ancient forests rise in our dreams, not as relics, but as living threads in a tapestry yet to be finished. As you breathe out, let that dream settle over you, a promise as soft as twilight. Before we drift onward, imagine resting beneath a tree in this future, its shade cool, its leaves whispering of what's to come. Soon, we'll explore how these giants teach us patience, their slow ways, a gift to our hurried lives. But for now, let their future carry you. A vision of green, guiding you gently towards sleep. lessons in stillness, what forests teach us. Let's soften now. Let's drift into the wisdom of the ancient forests, the quiet lessons they offer to a world that rarely pauses. Feel your body relax as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just wonders. They become teachers, their roots a guide to stillness in our restless days. Picture a forest in the hush of dawn, its branches steady, its silence a mirror to our own breath. Let's explore that together, letting their lessons ease us deeper into rest. The first lesson is patience. Imagine a bristlecone pine in the White Mountains, its gnarled trunk twisted by 5,000 years of wind and sun. This tree doesn't hurry, its rings grow thin and slow, each one a mark of time embraced, not fought. Picture its needles catching the light, untroubled by the season's turn. In our lives, we rush, don't we? Chasing moments that slip away. But the forest waits, its growth a whisper that says, there's time. Isn't that soothing? To know we can slow down too. Let your breath deepen as we wander further. The trees teach us resilience too. In the Tongass of Alaska, the hemlocks bend beneath heavy snow, their branches bowing but not breaking. Imagine the weight lifting as spring nears, the tree rising again, steady as ever. Life bends us, two storms come, shadows fall, but the forest shows us how to stand, how to root ourselves deep and rise when the wind quiets. Feel that strength now, steadying your own roots. Now, let's drift to the lesson of connection. Picture the mycorrhizal web beneath a forest in Germany, fungi threading roots together, sharing life in the dark. The trees don't stand alone, they lean on each other, their strength woven into a whole. Imagine the sap flowing, the quiet give and take, a bond older than words. We're not so different, are we? Linked to those around us, stronger when we share. It's a gentle truth, one the forest hums, and it's lovely to rest in that hum. Feel your eyelids grow heavy as we linger here. The forests teach us to let go too. In autumn, the maples of an ancient grove drop their leaves, their branches bare but alive. Picture the gold and red drifting down, the tree trusting the cycle to begin again. We hold so tight sometimes, don't we? To worries, to plans. But the forest releases its trust, a soft sigh in the wind. Let that sigh wash over you now, easing what you carry. Let's rest in these lessons for a moment. In the Amazon, the kopoks stand tall through floods, teaching us to rise above what drowns us. In Japan, the cedars weather typhoons, showing us grace in the storm. Everywhere, the ancient forests offer wisdom not in loud commands, but in their quiet being, their slow dance with time. As you relax, let that wisdom cradle you, a gift as old as the earth. As we ease toward the next part, imagine sitting against a tree that's seen centuries. Its bark cool, its lessons sinking into your bones. Soon we'll explore how these giants live beyond us, their legacy stretching past our days. But for now, let their stillness carry you. A teacher's whisper, guiding you gently toward sleep. beyond our time, the legacy of ancient forests. Let's drift now into the vastness, into the legacy of ancient forests, the way they stretch beyond our fleeting lives. Feel your shoulders loosen as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just companions, they become eternities. Their roots a thread through time we'll never fully walk. Picture a forest under a starry sky, its branches reaching past us, its silence holding the weight of forever. Let's explore that together, letting their timelessness guide us deeper into calm. The forests were here before us. Imagine a sequoia in California, its trunk wide and steady, a sapling when humans first carved their tales in stone. This tree has seen empires fade, rivers shift, stars wheel overhead. It stands, its rings a map of years we can only dream. Picture its roots sinking into soil older than memory, its leaves catching light we'll never know. It's a humbling thought, isn't it, that something so alive can outlast us all. Let your mind float to their future. In the Daintree of Australia, the trees have grown for 180 million years, their green a bridge from dinosaurs to tomorrow. Imagine them standing still, their canopy a shelter for lives yet to come. Birds will never hear, winds will never feel. The forest doesn't need us to thrive. It simply does, its roots weaving a legacy that doesn't fade. Feel that vastness now, easing your own small worries into the dark. Now, let's drift to the seeds they leave. Picture a cone falling from a pine in the taiga, its scales opening to the frost, releasing life that might grow for centuries. In the Amazon, a kapok drops its fluff to the wind, each strand a chance for another giant to rise. These aren't endings, they're beginnings, quiet and sure, stretching past our hands. Scientists say some trees can live thousands of years, their children carrying their strength into a world we can't see. Isn't that soothing? That life goes on, steady and soft. Feel your breath slow as we linger here. The forests hold their past two fossils in their soil, stories in their wood. In New Zealand, the kauri trees guard resin that traps ancient air, a breath from millennia ago. Imagine that air, sealed in amber, waiting for eyes we'll never meet. In Siberia, the larches stand over bones of mammoths, their roots cradling a world lost to time. It's a legacy that doesn't shout, it whispers, eternal and calm, and it's beautiful to rest in that whisper. Let's pause in this timelessness. In the Black Forest, the beeches have watched centuries turn. Their seeds a gift to lands we'll never walk. In the Congo, the old-growth groves hold life that might bloom when we're gone. Everywhere, the ancient forests stretch beyond us, their roots deep, their branches high, their silence a promise that outlasts our days. As you relax, let that promise wrap around you, vast and gentle. Before we drift onward, imagine lying beneath a tree that will stand long after you, its shadow cool, its legacy humming through the earth. Soon, we'll explore how these giants tie us to the cosmos, their place in the stars. But for now, let their eternity carry you, a thread beyond time, guiding you gently toward sleep. roots in the cosmos, forests and the universe. Let's drift now into the infinite, into the way ancient forests tie us to the vastness of the cosmos, their roots reaching beyond the earth we know. Feel your breath soften as we step into this part of our journey, where the trees become more than just life. They become threads in a tapestry that stretches to the stars. Picture a forest under a night sky, its branches silhouetted against a sea of light, its silence humming with the universe's pulse. Let's explore that together, letting this cosmic dance guide us deeper into calm. The forests are older than we can fathom, born from a planet shaped by stardust. Imagine the first trees, millions of years ago, rising from soil enriched by elements forged in distant suns. Every leaf, every root, carries carbon and oxygen gifts from exploding stars that drifted across the galaxy to find a home here. Picture a pine in the taiga, its needles catching moonlight, each one a whisper of the cosmos. Isn't that a soothing thought? That the trees we touch are echoes of the stars. Let your mind float upward now. The forests breathe with the earth, but their breath touches the universe too. In the Amazon, the kopaks release water vapor, feeding clouds that drift beyond our skies. Their moisture, a thread in the planet's dance with space. Imagine that vapor rising, mingling with the air that shields us from the sun's fire, a cycle as vast as the heavens. The trees don't strain for this role, they simply play it, their roots grounded, their branches reaching. Feel that reach now, lifting your spirit gently. Now, let's drift to the silence they share. Picture a redwood grove in California, its stillness so deep it feels like the quiet between stars. Scientists say these forests cool the earth, reflecting light back to space. They're green, a balance against the dark. Imagine the sunlight bouncing off their leaves, traveling millions of miles to fade into the void, each tree, a small hand in the cosmic order. It's a connection we can barely grasp, but it's lovely to rest in, isn't it? A tie to something boundless. Feel your shoulders relax as we linger here. The forests have seen the stars, shift comets streak. Constellations turn while they stand firm. In Sweden, the bristlecone pines have watched the Milky Way wheel overhead for 9,000 years. They're a record of a sky we'll never fully know. In the Congo, the old-growth groves grow beneath a canopy of light that's traveled eons to reach them. They don't chase the stars, they mirror them, steady and slow, their lives a quiet note in the universe's song. Let's pause in this cosmic cradle. In Japan, the cedars of Yakushima catch the glow of a moon that's pulled tides since their first roots sank deep. In Australia, the eucalyptus trees sway under a southern sky, their leaves brushing a galaxy upside down to ours. Everywhere, the ancient forests link us to the infinite, not with noise, but with a stillness that hums beyond our hearing. As you breathe out, let that hum settle over you, vast and soft. Before we drift onward, imagine lying beneath a tree under that starry sky, its branches framing the night, its roots tying you to the cosmos. Soon, we'll gather all these threads, the forest's lives, their lessons, their plays into a final tapestry. But for now, let their stardust carry you, a whisper from the universe, guiding you gently toward sleep. eternal grove, weaving the forest's tale. Let's drift now to the heart of it all, into the tapestry we've woven from the ancient forests, their threads gathered into a tale as timeless as their roots. Feel your body soften as we step into this final part of our journey, where the trees become more than just pieces. They become a whole, a story that cradles us from beginning to end. Picture a forest stretching endless before you, its leaves rustling, its silence holding every moment we've shared. Let's weave that together, letting the eternal grove guide us deeper into rest. We began with the giants themselves, those towering trees that have stood for centuries, their trunks wide, their branches a canopy of time. Imagine them now, the cedars and redwoods, the pines and kapocks, each one a silent witness to the earth's long breath. They've grown through ages we can only dream, their roots sinking deep, their lives a testament to patience and grace. Feel that grace now, steadying your own breath, as if the forest itself is holding you close. Let your mind wander through their roots back to the first forests, sprouting in a world of mist and possibility. Picture those ancient ferns, those towering horsetails, giving way to the oaks and spruces we know, their legacy locked in coal and memory. They've cradled life from the start owls in their branches, beetles in their bark, a symphony of tiny keepers humming beneath the soil. It's a song that's never stopped, isn't it? A lullaby that soothes us still. Now, let's drift through the seasons and stories: spring's green, autumn's gold, the quiet of winter's frost. Imagine the forest dancing with time, its leaves falling and rising, its creatures weaving through the years. Humans joined that dance too, telling tales by firelight, painting the trees' beauty, finding healing in their shade. The forests have been our muses, our mirrors, their gifts, a thread in every culture, every heart. Feel that thread now, warm and light, tying us to them. Feel your eyelids grow heavy as we gather more strands. The trees breathe for the planet, their roots holding carbon, their canopies shaping rain and stars. They've endured storms and shadows, fires, sores, the weight of our hands, yet they stand, their resilience a lesson in stillness. Picture them whispering to each other, sharing life through the soil, their legacy stretching beyond us into a future of hope and green. It's a story that doesn't end, does it? A tale that flows past our days. Let's linger in this eternal grove. The forests have faced today's world, our roads are hasty, yet they offer hope too, their seeds planted by hands that care. They teach us patience, connection, the beauty of letting go, their roots tying us to a cosmos we're only part of. Imagine every forest we've touched: the Amazon's depth, the Tigers' frost, the redwood's height, all woven into one. Their voice is a hum that cradles the earth. As you relax, let that hum wrap around you, soft and whole. This is the grove we've built together, place where time slows, where the trees stand as guardians, healers, dreamers. Picture yourself lying beneath them now, the moss cool, the air rich with their scent, the stars peeking through their leaves. They've carried us from their silent beginnings to their cosmic reach, their tale a blanket over us all. Let that blanket settle now, heavy and warm, easing you into the quiet. As we near the end, imagine the forest stretching on beyond this night. Beyond us, its roots deep, its branches high, its legacy eternal. This is their gift to you, a journey through their world, a path to sleep woven from their lives. Rest in that gift now, the eternal grove, guiding you gently, softly, toward dreams. Conclusio. And now, dear traveler, we've reached the edge of our journey, the place where the ancient forests bid us a soft good night. Feel your breath slow, your body heavy, as we gather the threads of this long, tranquil tale. We've wandered together through so many paths beneath the silent giants that have stood for centuries, their roots deep in time, their branches cradling life beyond our counting. Picture them now, stretching across the earth, their leaves rustling in a breeze that carries us towards sleep. We began with their timeless presence, those towering trees that hold the years like a quiet secret. We drifted through their beginnings, from the first sprouts in a wild young world, to the groves that breathe for us today. Along the way, we met the creatures they shelter, the stories they've inspired, the healing they've offered. Feel that healing now, soft as moss beneath you, as we remember how they endure through storms, through shadows, through the hands of time and hours alike. The forests whispered to us too of connection beneath the soil, of patience in their slow growth, of a legacy that stretches beyond our days. We saw them in our world, facing challenges, yet blooming with hope, their seeds of promise for tomorrow. And we lifted our eyes to the stars, where their roots tie us to the cosmos, their breath a note in the universe's lullaby. Isn't it beautiful, this vast, gentle tapestry we've woven together, thread by thread, night by night? As you rest here, let one final thought linger, a question to carry into your dreams, as soft as a leaf falling to the forest floor. What might these ancient giants dream of, standing so still beneath the stars? Perhaps they dream of the winds that shaped them, the lives they've held, or the quiet wonder of simply being. Let that wonder drift with you now, a gentle wave easing you into the dark. This has been our journey through the ancient forester tale to listen until sleep, a gift from their roots to yours. I'm so grateful you joined me here in this calm, curious space we call Talk to Sleep. If this night has brought you peace, please leave a quiet like, share it with someone who needs rest, and subscribe for more journeys like this. For now, though, let the forest cradle you, its silence deep, its presence eternal. Good night, sweet soul. May your dreams be as vast and gentle as the groves we've walked. Sleep well.